I'm going to show you how to lose 6 out of 7 sales. So thanks for joining me today. There are 5 principles. There's 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence, when I was growing up, was called being street smart. But today, emotional intelligence has become a science, and there's 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. The first pillar of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. And self-awareness is understanding why you think and feel the way that you do. And the people with a higher level of self-awareness, who are aware of the way that they think and feel, are actually more confident. And your confidence comes from your self-awareness. The second pillar of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. Now, I like to say that self-regulation is the ability to get out of any mental or emotional rut. See, we have more than 70,000 thoughts going through our mind every single day. And it's your thoughts, your explanatory style, that influences 95% of your feelings. And it's those feelings that drive your actions. But most of the time, those actions drive you in the wrong way, and you end up with procrastination. So, the ability to get out of any mental or emotional rut is key to sales success. The third pillar of emotional intelligence is motivation. Now, this is not the jump up and down type of motivation. It's the motivation that comes from within. And there's 3 types of motivation. The first type of motivation is our biological motivation. For the majority of the people on the planet today, those biological needs have already been met. The second type of motivation is extrinsic motivation. These things can be money, cars, houses, watches, clothing. They tend to be external from us. The third form of motivation is intrinsic motivation. And the intrinsic motivation is the fire that comes from within. It's when you're living life on your terms. It's when you're impacting lives. It's when you're doing what you love. Now, the fourth pillar of emotional intelligence is social awareness. Social awareness is your ability to look at other people and understand why other people think and feel the way that they do. We also call this empathy. And it is my belief that without empathy, you can't make sales. The fifth pillar of emotional intelligence is social regulation. This is your ability to influence and persuade and to communicate your ideas to other people. In selling, it's persuasion. It's getting people to act on your ideas. So when it comes to being successful in selling, you need to have a higher level of emotional intelligence. Now, I'm going to show you what happens when emotional intelligence is lower. So today we can actually measure people's levels of emotional intelligence. Now, what you can see here is, we call it a disc wheel. This is a snapshot of somebody's levels of emotional intelligence in those 5 key areas that I mentioned a moment ago. Self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, social skills, and empathy. So these are the 5 key areas of emotional intelligence. Now, when I was delivering this case study, I had learned of a client who was losing 6 out of 7 sales. And the reason why he was losing 6 out of 7 sales was because people would hesitate to seek him out for a consultation. And we started to pinpoint this. And we pinpointed it into the area of emotional intelligence and specifically in empathy. This salesperson was really finding it hard to read the emotional makeup of other people. He couldn't really understand other people's wants and needs. He couldn't understand their fears or their frustrations. He couldn't understand people's goals and aspirations. And because he couldn't read the emotional makeup of other people, it really impacted his ability to communicate his ideas, his concepts, his products, his services, his benefits, his results, his solutions. And this loop here, because there was low levels of social awareness and low levels of social regulation, it caused him to lose 6 out of 7 sales. It cost him a lot of money. It cost him a lot of time. It caused the boss a ton of headaches. So once we started to use the science of emotional intelligence in the field of selling, we were able to quickly identify the real reasons why people were losing sales. So remember, there's 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. The 4th pillar is social awareness. We also call it empathy. It's your ability to look at other people and understand what they want. And if you want to succeed in selling, you've got to increase those levels of empathy. You have to increase that social awareness, and you have to be able to read the emotional makeup of the customer. Now, if you liked this content, leave me a comment below. If you'd like to know more about emotional intelligence, leave a comment below. Let me know what you'd like to learn, and I'll create some great content for you. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day.